Hi my love, it's your girl Shantes. Welcome to With Love SB. If you're new here, come on in. Now is as good as a time as any to go ahead and press that subscribe button so that you can join my little YouTube family. And if you're already subscribed, mwah, 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 thank you as always for your continued love and support. So as you can see for the title of today's video, we're going to be talking about money, 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 money. Money! We're going to be talking about the YouTube Partner Program and how to monetize your page. So this video, is specifically for anyone who's, been pondering for some time, kind of going back and forth on whether or not you want to start your channel, don't know where to start, or say for instance you have already created your page, but you just need some extra, confidence or some extra tips to go ahead and start bringing that revenue in. Don't worry, sis. Don't worry, bro. I have you covered. In today's video, we're going to discuss the YouTube Partner Program and what it consists of, and then the 10 tips and tricks to monetize your channel faster. So if that is something that you're interested in watching, be sure to stay tuned because I'm definitely going to drop some gems. Okay, now let's go ahead and talk about the YouTube Partner Program. Forgive me, I have a couple of notes written down, so if you see me looking down, I'm just looking at my notes because I want to be sure that I cover all of my bases so that I can give you as much information as possible. So yes, so the YouTube Partner Program, for those of you who are unaware, in order to be eligible to monetize your channel, you have to meet 2 minimum requirements. The first one being you have to reach 1,000 subscribers, and the second one you have to have 4,000 watch hours. Now you have to meet both of these requirements within a 12-month period or 365-day period. So, and just to clarify, regarding the 12-month time, it's a rolling period of time. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to wait a full 12 months before you can monetize your account. If you reach both of those criteria beforehand, then you can apply for the program as well. It's just that within a 12-month period, you have to meet both of those things. Okay, so boom, check it. You've reached both of the requirements. Yay! Pause. Keep in mind, just because you meet the criteria, it does not automatically mean that you have become a member of the YouTube Partner Program. You still have to apply. So keep that in mind. You don't want to lose out on any coins. You still have to apply. At that particular time, YouTube is going to review your channel to ensure that you are adhering to the community guidelines and that you're a good candidate for monetization. Now, I mentioned making sure that you adhere to the community guidelines. What I mean by that are a couple of different things. You want to make sure that you're not partaking in fake engagement, meaning you're not buying subscribers, because YouTube is really strict on that. They're stickler. So make sure that you're not buying any subscribers. Make sure that you're not really participating in, follow for follow, at least not on the YouTube platform. If you want to take that elsewhere, like say in a Facebook YouTube group that you're a part of, and all have agreed to following and subscribing to one another's account, that's fine. But it's just something that you want to make sure that you're not doing, and you're not commenting on people's pages subscribe for subscribe, because it gets a little iffy. Another thing that you want to make sure that you're not doing is impersonation. You're not engaging in harassment or cyberbullying, and that none of your content is inappropriate, such as nudity, sexual content, self-harm, things like that. So you may be wondering, okay, so I know there's so many restrictions. Not really. There's still a lot of things that you can go ahead and capitalize on, such as DIY videos. You can make vlogs. You can do tutorials, original short films, and original music videos. So those are just a couple of things to keep in mind when creating your channel. You want to make sure that you're following within the community guidelines and that everything that you're doing is original. If you are using something that you do not own the copyrights to, please be advised that your video is subject to being flagged. So you want to ensure that any audio that you're utilizing, any of the content within your video is original content, or that you actually have the copyrights to use it, or else you won't be able to monetize that video. We're going a little deeper into that later on to this video. Alright, so now that we got the guidelines out the way, we have a full understanding that you have to go ahead and apply for the partnership program. Let's talk about monetization. There are actually 3 different ways that you can monetize on YouTube. The first one being video advertisement, and this is through Google AdSense. Examples of this are skippable ads that you'll see come up, you know, before a video or after or throughout people's videos. The second is called membership. So memberships are where fans can become members of your channel, paying a monthly fee in return for special perks that you offer. The third option that you can use to monetize on YouTube is supers. So supers are when fans can purchase goods on your channel to connect with you during live streams, premieres, and uploads. Features include super chat, super stickers, and super thanks. So those are the 3 different ways that you can monetize on YouTube. You're not limited to that at all. You know, say for instance you have a business, if you want to tie your YouTube channel into your business page and you want to direct customers, you know, to see any ebooks that you have to offer or courses or anything like that, YouTube is a great platform and a way to stream in revenue through different type of channels. So keep that in mind as well. All right, so that is a little bit about the YouTube Partner Program. Let me know if everybody has a good, warm, and fuzzy regarding that. If you're feeling comfortable with, you know, how the YouTube Partner Program works, be sure to give me a big thumbs up. If not, you know, and you need me to elaborate, be sure to let me know in the comments so that I can clear up any questions that you may have additionally. Awesome. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to go ahead and get into are the 10 tips to monetize your channel quicker. The first tip that I want to talk about is creating your YouTube Studio account or your YouTube Creator Studio account. Whichever one. I'll show you what it looks like. So there is a mobile app and there's also access via the desktop option. So both of these are fantastic. You know, I use my mobile app when I'm out and about. I'll take a look. It's great for me to, you know, keep track of my stats as well as my progress on my channel. But I will say that access to the desktop version is great as well because it gives you more details and it gives you a deeper dive of exactly what's going on within your channel. So on the YouTube Creator Studio website, there are different tabs that you'll find to show you all of your analytics. And within this section, you'll see an overview of your account. You can actually change the filter. The standardized time frame is 28 days, but you can adjust that whether or not you want to see the last 7 days, the last 28 days, the last 90 days, the last 365 days, or you can see the lifetime of your account and all the progress that you have made. Within the analytics, you'll see the overview, which will show you your views. It'll show you your watch time hours, you know, your subscribers, as well as your estimated revenue once you actually monetize your channel. Next on the analytics, you'll see reach. And we have impressions here. Impressions is how many times your video thumbnails were shown to viewers. And this is on TV as well as game console devices. So basically, this is how many times your thumbnail pops up, whether it's, you know, YouTube suggesting your video or when someone searches for something. This is basically a measurement of how many times your thumbnail has made an impression on viewers. The second tab is your impression click-through rate, and this measures how many times viewers actually click on your video after seeing it on YouTube. The next tab on the YouTube Studio app is engagement, and under this tab you will see your watch time hours as well as your average view duration. So this is really good because you'll be able to pinpoint exactly where in that particular video people are dropping off, so you can see what's going on there and what you may need to change in the future, or you can see where your peaks are and where you're actually doing well so that you can make sure that you're, you know, doing that same thing in videos to come. All right. The next tab is audience. In this particular tab, it shows you your returning viewers, any unique viewers that you may have, as well as your progression of subscribers. The next tab is the revenue tab, and this will become available for you once your account is monetized. Underneath the revenue section, you'll see your estimated revenue. It's a day delay whenever it's showing you the figures, and it's just an estimate. If you want to get a more exact depiction on what your revenue is at that particular moment, you want to be sure to head over to Google AdSense, but we'll talk about that in just a second as well. All right, the next thing that you'll see underneath revenue is RPM. This stands for revenue per mil, and this tells you how much you've earned per 1,000 views. Basically, what this means is the way that YouTube pays you through video advertising or Google AdSense is that per every 1,000 views of their ads, you get a percentage. So, with that being said, do not skip ads. At least not my ads. Help me help you. Listen, like, we gotta help each other. Don't skip my ads. We're trying to make this money, okay? Yes, so the next section within revenue is playback CPM. CPM stands for cost per mil. And basically, this is how much advertisers paid per 1,000 playbacks. So just like you're getting a percentage per every 1,000 views you have on an ad, CPM determines how much the actual advertiser is willing to pay you for that particular ad. All right, so the next section within the YouTube Studio is comments. And you'll see two different sections within this module. There is the published comments, and then there's also the comments that are held for review. Because sometimes YouTube will hold some comments if they think that they don't fall within the community guidelines. Keep in mind, this does not prevent you from ever getting negative comments. They're sure to come. It's okay. Everyone receives. You can't please everybody, so you may get a negative comment every now and then. Then you have the channel copyright, and in this particular section, it will show you any copyright notifications or flags that you may have received on your videos. The whole point of this, us speaking right now, is to make sure that it doesn't happen to you. But in the event, something flies under the radar, then YouTube Studio will let you know any videos that have been flagged due to copyright concerns, or if you need to put in a request, you can do that here, see any messages, everything within that particular section. So the next tab is the monetization, and this basically will show you which of your videos you have the monetization turned on or off. If the monetization is turned on a video, then you will see that the little $ will be highlighted in green. If it's turned off, then it will be grayed out. Now, say for instance, a video comes up and due to whatever the content is, YouTube determines that it is going to be limited. That basically means there's a limited amount of ads that can be played based off of what you're discussing in that video. Maybe it may not be age appropriate or kid friendly. You may see a limited notification, and so the $ will show up in yellow. What we don't want to see is the $ showing up in red. That basically lets you know that you cannot monetize off of that particular video due to copyright issues or whatever it may be. That lets you know that you can't monetize. Next one is the audio library. This will save you a lot of headache. It gives you a plethora of free music as well as sound effects that you can use within your video. These are certified, audio clips that you can use on YouTube that they've already proved. So if you want to make sure that your video is not flagged for copyright, just use the audio and the sound effects within the YouTube's audio library. It'll save yourself a lot of headache. There are, of course, other routes that you can take, but if you just want to make sure that you're covered, you have all your bases covered, this is where you can find the YouTube audio library. Okay, so that was tip 1. I know that was a lot of information. I hope you have your pen and paper so that you can write down everything that I'm telling you. But yes, let's go ahead and head over to tip 2. And tip number 2 is making sure that you create your Google AdSense account. Whether or not you've already reached the criteria to monetize, you want to make sure that you go ahead and have that set up so when the time comes, there's less work that you have to do. Basically, the Google AdSense is a account where you're able to view your payment history. You're also able to see how close you are to the threshold. Okay, and so by threshold, let's get into it. In order for YouTube to pay you, or Google AdSense to send you a check, you have to meet a $100 minimum threshold for the month, okay? If you make anything less than $100, you will not get a check that month. Don't worry, like, so say you don't make the cut one particular month, it's okay. Google AdSense is just going to continue to roll over those funds until the next month. Once you set up your Google AdSense account, what they're going to do is they're going to send you a 6-digit PIN in the mail. Basically, this is just verifying your address that you put on file. They want to make sure that they have that information correct. In addition to that, you're going to want to verify your banking information, and you can do this in 2 different ways. The first one being is you can sign on with your online ID, password, and PIN number to whatever your banking institution is on Google AdSense, or you can elect for them to make miniature deposits into your account. Once you see that within your bank account, you will go back and verify whatever that amount was. So yes, those are the 2 different ways to verify your payment method. And then the very last thing that you want to do is make sure that you fill out the W-9 tax form. With that, you just answer a couple of different, personal questions, such as your social security number or your business IEN number. Basically, all the information that they're going to need when it comes for tax times to make sure that you're claiming everything and that you're good within the legal system, because we don't need to owe back taxes. All right. But let me break it down a little bit more on how you get paid. So Google AdSense pays you on the 21st of every month, as long as you meet the $100 threshold. So this is the month of August. Basically, this month, as long as I've made the $100 threshold for the month of July, they will pay me on the 21st of this month. That's how it works. So the third tip that I have to offer in regards to monetizing quicker is being sure to check your email. Whatever email address that you're using to set up your account, make sure that you are checking it regularly. The reason why I say this is because YouTube will also send you notification once you are eligible to apply for the program. In addition to that, they send you monthly newsletters to let you know how your channel is doing. They may give you like personalized tips on what you can do to make sure that your channel is growing. If, say for instance, you're using this email for business purposes, and companies may want to collab with you, then they're going to email you. And if you don't want to miss out on those opportunities, be sure to check your email. Tip number 4. Now, with this particular tip, I'm sure you probably already heard this, but I'm just going to reiterate it in my video because it is important. Tip number 4 is being consistent, okay? Being consistent with your content. Now, let me just clarify. When I say be consistent, I don't mean just posting all the time, just whatever, just to have something new on your page. No, I'm not talking about frequency. I'm talking about the consistency. And with that, you want to make sure that all of your videos are good quality. You have good lighting within your video. The sound's not muffled and you can hear anything that you're saying. It's not blurry. That's what I mean by being consistent. That is what's going to grow your channel. That's what's going to, entice people to actually want to subscribe, because you're able to keep their attention when things looks of quality. I know personally I'm going to choose an HD film over a bootleg video any day. So quality matters as well as your consistency. Now, while it is important to make sure that you are committing to posting based off of how your schedule allows you to do that, of course, it's important not to just drop off of the face of the earth. You post once every 6 months. That's not going to be beneficial. That's not going to give you the watch hours that you need. So that is important. But the quality of your videos is what matters most, in my personal opinion. All right, so what's just as if not more important than the quality of your video, is tip number 5. And in tip number 5, we're going to go over the 3 T's, okay? 3 T's. That is your thumbnails, your tags, as well as the title of your video. This is the first thing that viewers are going to see, and that a lot of times determines whether or not someone wants to even take time out of their day to even click on the video itself. So let's start with the thumbnail. The thumbnail needs to be eye-catching, okay? You want to make sure that it's a clear image and that it's something, it looks interesting. It looks like something, you know, that somebody may actually want to watch. So yes, thumbnail, make sure that it's eye-catching so that when it pops up on, you know, viewers lists or within suggested videos, that is something that looks interesting. The next thing that we're going to talk about are tags or hashtags. We want to make sure that with hashtags as well as titles that you're utilizing keywords or phrases. Hashtags, with hashtags you can utilize what's called TubeBuddy to assist you with, you know, popular tags that other YouTubers are using. But it's not required. It's just one way that you can do it. But yes, you want to make sure that your tags are specific to what is actually being discussed within your video, and that it's going to be keywords that people are actually going to search for on YouTube. Now that brings us to the title of your videos. Your titles of your videos need to be searchable, okay? You want to make sure that you're using keywords in your title of your video, and that the way that you phrase your title, it's searchable. You want to make sure, because if it's not something that someone will actually search for on YouTube, then it lessens your chances of it being viewed. I'll give you a specific example with my page. Short lock styles. That is a key phrase that a lot of people that are interested within the lock community that they'll look for. So I make sure that my title of my videos as well as my hashtags are searchable and relevant, okay? So tip number 6, as you heard me mention earlier, when it comes to hashtags, you can use TubeBuddy, but it's also important that you do your research. So tip number 6 is doing your research. What I mean by that is, take a look on YouTube. This is the platform that you're interested in using, right? So take a look and see what other creators are doing. Say there's someone that you admire or inspires you. Take a look at, you know, the way that their videos flow. Take a look at their descriptions of their videos. Take that all into consideration and use it as inspiration. Now, keep in mind, I'm saying be inspired by it. Don't copy it verbatim, word for word. Be sure to be yourself. I tell you from personal experience, there was a girl who literally stole my whole thumbnail. She copied and pasted the description of my video as well as all the content within the video. And while it's, you know, they say that imitation is a form of flattery, it's still like, oh, well, that's really disheartening. Like, be yourself. Make sure that you are using your resources so that you can enhance your own particular channel. Use the tools and resources that others have been able to use that led them to success, but make sure that you make it your own. Tip number 7 is make sure that whatever you're putting out there is something that other people will actually be interested in watching. It's more important to make content that services a community than just yourself. That's where people are going to feel, you know, that people want to feel relatable. They want to feel like you hear them, that you're basically addressing or helping them with a specific problem that they have, and that's why they're coming to you. So make sure, I mean, in my personal opinion, I feel the most satisfaction or I feel fulfillment when I'm able to put out educational videos out there, whether it be a hair tutorial, head wrap, or things like that, where other people can come and take a look and see how I did it. It will, you know, spark inspiration within them, and it motivate them to want to do something as well. Things like that. Like, I feel like it's really important that your videos have substance and that they can help solve a need. Tip number 8 is engaging with your subscribers. These are people that are taking time out of their day to comment underneath your videos, give you thumbs up. They may be sharing it on different platforms. The least you can do is respond, reply to these comments. Like, if people are taking the time out of their day, I know with me personally, I try my best to reply to as many comments as I can, because I appreciate your love and support. People want to feel loved. People want to feel welcome. So make sure that you're doing a good job of interacting with your subscribers, and make sure that you're asking them for their feedback as well. Make sure that you're engaging with your audience. That's tip number 8. Tip number 9, promote your videos on other social media platforms. There's Facebook, there's Snapchat, there's Instagram, there's TikTok, there's all these other social media platforms. Why not be your biggest advocate? Why not be your biggest supporter? Share your information, whether that be through, Facebook groups. Just post things out there. Share it to your Instagram stories or things like that. Things to notify people who, may not have their bell notifications turned on. Give them reminders. Let them know, hey, I have new content on the way. Gives people, something to anticipate or to look forward to. Make sure that you are spreading that wealth on these other platforms as well. And to go along with that, don't be disappointed if other people don't share your stuff. Like, if you don't want to promote yourself, don't be disappointed if nobody else wants to. Or say you are putting yourself out there and you have close friends and family who may not repost what you have going on. It's okay. Understand that your biggest supporters are going to be strangers on the internet that you form your own bond and relationship with. So don't feel any type of dismay when it comes to support from other people. Don't be afraid to put yourself out there and network by sharing on other platforms. Alrighty, and that leads me to tip number 10. And I appreciate you all, who's actually still tuned in at this point. Thank you. Let's go ahead and get to my final tip on how to monetize your YouTube channel quicker. And that would be, don't compare yourself to anyone else. Everybody has their own journey. I know that this probably isn't the first time that you've heard that, but listen to me, sis. Listen to me, bro. Do not compare your growth with anybody else. We all have our own lane, and you can't stay on track, and you can't get the blessings that the Lord has in store for you if you're too busy swerving into other people's lanes. You're gonna cause a wreck, and you're gonna drive yourself crazy. Don't do it. Don't compare yourself. Even if there's somebody who created their channel around the same time as you, and say they have 5,000 subscribers and you only at 500, or say that you're at 5,000 subscribers and you're waiting to reach, the views, and this person just has all these views on this video and they've blown up. It's okay. Everybody has their own story to tell. Everybody has their own journey. There's enough room for all of us. Don't compare yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Stay encouraged. Focus on your craft. Be diligent. Hard work pays off, okay? I'm telling you this personally. There were definitely times where I was just like, nobody's looking at this. They're bored. They don't like it. But and then all it takes is one video and it just blows up. Just be patient. Don't compare yourself. And remember that it's all going to work out. Keep it going. I hope and pray that the things that I said in this video can be used as gems for you, and it has inspired you to get started on your journey. I appreciate you all so much for tuning in. Mwah, 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 mwah. I'll see you on the next video.